Hello students, let's solve few more problems of ratio and proportion. Let's see the next question. 10 men can build a house in 80 days. If the house was to be built in 60 days, how many men should work? Okay, first decide whether this is inverse proportion or direct proportion. So, if one work is done by less number of people, it will take more time. And when work is done by more number of people, same work is done by more number of people, it will take less time, right? So 10 men can build a house in 80 days. If the house was built in 60 days, that means you will need more number of people. You will need more than 10 people, right? So this is a problem of inverse proportion. Right? So ratio of days is 80:60 and ratio of men will be 10:x. We don't know how many number of men should work to build in 60 days. So let us assume be x. Okay, because this is inverse proportion, so in this case because this is inverse proportion, this would be 80:60 is equal to x:10, right? So multiply the extremes. The product of extremes will be equal to the product of means, right? So 80 into 10 is equal to 60x. So x is equal to 800 divided by 60. So let us see what is 800 divided by 60. Eight hundred divided by 60. It is 13.33. So it will take 13.33 days. Okay. Now let us see the next question. Divide rupees 260 among A and B such that A gets rupees 20 more than the amount B gets. Okay. So, okay, let us solve this question. So let us assume that B gets X. So therefore A will get X plus 20, right? And X plus 20 would be 260, right? So yeah, let's start solving. Let us assume B gets X. If B gets X, then A gets X plus 20 because A is getting 20 more. You can also assume that A gets X, then B gets X minus 20. Okay, you can assume that way also, right? Now both together are getting 260. That means X plus x plus 20 is equal to rupees 260. So 2x plus 20 is equal to 260. So 2x is equal to 260 minus 20. So x is equal to 240 divided by 2. So x is equal to 120. Right? Therefore, A gets x plus 20, that is 120 plus 20, which is equal to rupees 140, and B gets x, that is 120, rupees 120. Okay? So very simple problems. You might have done this in your school as well. Okay. Let's see the next question. A person goes by walk from his house to his office at a speed of 4 km per hour. He takes 2 hours to reach his office. Okay. If he travels by bicycle at a speed of 6 km per hour, how much time it will take? Okay. Now a person is walking with the speed is 4 km per hour and he takes 2 hours to reach. Okay. So his office might be 8 kilometers away. Right? So that's why he is taking 2 hours to reach when he walks. If he travels by bicycle at a speed of 6 kilometers per hour, that is faster than what it takes for him to go walking, then how much time it will take? Obviously, it will take less hours, less time, right? So when the speed is more, you take less time. When the speed is less, you take more time. So this is the problem of inverse proportion. So let's solve. This is a problem of inverse proportion. Right? So ratio of speed is 6 km per hour and 4 km per hour and 6 km per hour. Right? 4 km per hour and 6 km per hour. And time taken, ratio of time. 2 hours, and you don't know how much time it takes when he goes in a bicycle. So let us assume as x. So because this is a question of inverse proportion, so 4:6 is equal to x:2. Right? So 4 into 2 is equal to 6x. X is equal to 8 divided by 6. And 8 divided by 6 is 8 divided by 6 is equal to 1.33. So 1.33. Sorry. 1.33 hours. Right? 33 hours means 0.33 hours means 1/3 of the 1/3 of 1 hour. So which is 20 minutes. Right? So this is 1 hour and 20 minutes. Right? See, now 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 0.33 is how much? Okay. So let's see. 60 into 0.33. So it is coming 19.8. Okay, because actually it is 0.33333333, right? It's never ending. So it is actually 20 minutes. So 0.333333 is equal to 20 minutes. Okay, so that's why 1 hour and 20 minutes. Let's solve the next question. Find the third proportion of find the third proportion to 0.5 and 1.5. Okay, now this is a question of continued proportion. Okay, continued proportion means, suppose if there is A, B, C, D and so on, if I say these are in continued proportion, that means A by B is equal to B by C is equal to C by D. So what is happening? Okay, so in this case, if I say A, B, C are in continued proportion, then A by B is equal to B by C. So here A is to B is equal to B is to C. Okay, you multiply the extremes and you multiply the means. Okay, the product is same. So AC is equal to B square. B into B is B square. Right? Here, find the third proportion. That is 0.5 and 1.5 are first and second proportion. That means this is A and this is B. You have to find C. Okay, so let's find out. Okay, so I'll write down, it is a continued proportion that is A is to B is equal to B is to C, right? So AC is equal to B square. Okay, so here zero point 0.5 is to 1.5 is equal to 1.5 is to x. So 0.5 x is equal to 1.5 square. Okay, so 1.5 square. Let's see what is 1.5 square. 1.5 into 1.5 is equal to 1.5 into 1.5 is equal to 2.25, right? So 1.5 square is 2.25 and x is equal to 0.5, take it to the other side, multiplication becomes division. So 0.5 you have to divide. Okay, so 2.25 divided by 0.5 divide by 0.5, it comes to 4.5. So x is equal to 4.5. Okay, so therefore the third proportion is 4.5. Got it? Okay, now let's see the next question. Find x if 20 is to 30 is equal to x is to 90. Okay, let's find out. So here A is to B is equal to C is to D. Then AD is equal to BC, right? So similarly, 20 is to 30 is equal to x is to 90. So 20 into 90 is equal to 30x. So x is equal to 20 into 90 divided by 30. Okay. 31s are 33s are. So x is equal to 60. Find x and you have found x is equal to 60. Okay. Let's see the next question. Find the number which, when subtracted from each of the terms of the ratio 23 is to 35, makes it 2 is to 5. Okay, so let the number which is getting subtracted be x. Okay, so okay, I'll write down. Let the number being subtracted be x. So the ratio is 23 is to 35. Okay, so the terms from each of the term of the ratio 23 is to 35. So 23 is to 35 is the ratio and the number is being subtracted is x. So 23 minus x is to 35 minus x. Okay, and this makes it 2 is to 5. Right? So 23 minus x is to 35 minus x is equal to 2 is to 5. This is given. Correct? And you are supposed to find the number which when subtracted from each of the term. So let the number being subtracted be x and that only you are supposed to find. You are supposed to find the value of x. So 5 into 23 minus x is equal to 2 into 35 minus x. 5 into 23 is 115. So 115 minus 5x is equal to 2 into 35 is 70. 2 into x is 2x. Okay. So number terms on one side, x terms on another side. So 115 minus 70 is equal to 5x minus 2x. 115 minus 70 is 45. So 45 is equal to 3x. X is equal to 45 divided by 3, which is 15. So therefore the number is 15. Therefore the number being subtracted is 15. Okay. Now let's solve the next question. Okay. A and B are partners sharing profits. Actually, it should be in the ratio 2:1. Okay. Okay. A and B are partners sharing profits in the ratio 2:1. They admit C for 1/5 share. Find the new profit sharing ratio. You have studied this in accounts, correct? So old ratio is 2:1. C share is 1/5. So how do you do this? Now old ratio is equal to 2:1. You have studied this in partnership accounts, right? You have studied this in 12th. C share is equal to 1/5. So remaining share for A and B is 4/5. Therefore remaining share for A and B is equal to 1/5 is taken by C. So remaining share for A and B is 4/5, right? So A's new share will be 4/5 into 2/3, and B's new share will be 4/5 into 1/3. Which is 8/15 and 5/15. So which is 8:3. No, sorry, 8:5. 4 into 1 is 4. Sorry, not 5, 4. Okay. So A's new share will be 8/15, B's new share will be 4/15, and C's share is given as 1/5. But you want to make the denominator 15, right? So to make the denominator 15, you have to multiply by 3. Multiply and divide by 3. So now it is 3/15. Okay. So new profit sharing ratio would be 8:4:3. Therefore, new profit sharing ratio is 8:4:3. Okay, this you have studied in your 12th, I'm sure. So no need to explain, right? Let's see the next question. If 10 men complete the job in 12 days, how many days will it take for 15 men to complete the same job? Now this is the similar question. Okay, this is a problem of inverse proportion, right? This is a problem of inverse proportion. Ratio of men. I'm sure all my students are able to solve by their own by now. Okay, please try to solve by your own. Always try to solve all the questions by your own, and then check your answers. The ratio of men is 10:15. Ratio of days. Ratio of days will be 12 is to x, right? So 10 is to 15 is equal to 12 is to x. 10x is equal to 15 into 12. X is equal to 15 into 12 divided by 10. Right? 5 2s are 5 3s are 2 1s are 2 6s are 6 into 3. So x is equal to 18. Right? I hope my calculation is right. Yeah. Oops, sorry, my mistake. This is not correct. This is inverse proportion. So instead of writing 12 is to x, I should write x is to 12. Sorry. Inverse proportion. The question is of inverse proportion. So 10 is to 15 is equal to x is to 12, because this is a question of inverse proportion. Right? Now you do 10 into 12 is equal to 15 is to 15 into x. So 10 into 12 is equal to 15x. Right? So yeah, x is equal to 10 into 12 divided by 15. Okay. Now 5 2s are 5 3s are. Okay. 3 1s are 3 4s are. So x is equal to 8. So 8 days. Okay. I am sure my students have done this correctly. The mistake which I did, I am sure you have not done the same mistake. Okay. I believe my students have solved it correctly. Okay. In the exam, you have to be careful. Okay. Let's see the next question. Ratio of Kiran's age to Arun's age are 10 is to 9. If Kiran will be 26 years after 6 years, find the present age of Arun. Oh, that is very simple. Kiran's age and Arun's age is in the ratio of 10 is to 9, right? So I'll just write that. Ratio of Kiran's and Arun's age is equal to 10 is to 9. Okay, ratio of Kiran's age and Arun's age is 10 is to 9. Okay, Kiran's age after 6 years. So Kiran's age after 6 years is equal to 26. Therefore, Kiran's present age is 26 minus 6, which is 20 years. Yeah, now the present age is 20 years. Okay, so Kiran's age and Arun's age is in the ratio 10:9. If 10 is 20, how much is 9? So do 20 divided by 10 into 9. So how much it comes to? 20 divided by 10 into 9. It comes to 18, right? Okay. So it comes to 18. But how you will write in the exam? This is not the way to write in the exam, right? So Arun's present age, therefore, is equal to, now Kiran's age, now Arun's present age is equal to something. Now if Kiran's age is 10 by 19, the sum of the ratio is 19, right? So if Kiran's age is 10 by 19, which is equal to 26, then Arun's age will be 9 by 19 is equal to how much? Okay, cross multiply. So Arun's present age will be 9 by 19 into 26. 9 by 19 into 26 divide by 10 by 19. So 9 by 19 into 26. 9 divided by 19 into 26. It's coming in point, so I don't want to calculate like that. Okay, so what I'll do 9 by 19 into 26 divide by 10 by 19. Instead of writing divide by 10 by 19, I'll write multiplied by 19 by 10, right? You can write like this. So 19 you can just cancel. Okay, so 9 into 26 divide by 10. 9 into 26 divide by just a second. Kiran's present age is 20, not 26. I'm so sorry. Kiran's age is 10 by 19, which is 20, not 26. Okay, so 20 into 9 divide by 10. So 20 into 9 divide by 10 comes to 20 into 9 divided by 10 comes to 18. So 18 years. Okay, so ratio of Kiran's and Arun's age is given as 10:9. Okay, Kiran's age after 6 years is 26. That is also given. So that means Kiran's present age is 20 years. That means 10 by 19 is equal to 20 years. Right? That means 10 by 19. That means 10 by 19 is equal to 20 years. Right? If 10 by 19 is equal to 20 years, how much is 9 by 19? That you have to calculate. So, cross multiplication, right? 9 by 19 into 20 divided by 10 by 19. You have cross multiplied. Okay, you get Arun's age. When you cross multiply, you get 18 years. Right? But this can be solved using another method, that is ratio of Kiran's and Arun's age. Okay, let's try to solve that way. Okay, another way of solving. Now ratio of Kiran's and Arun's age. Ratio of Kiran's and Arun's age. So we know that present age of Kiran is 20. Right. So present age of Kiran is 20. We'll be writing the same thing again. I don't want to write the same thing again. You know, present age is 20 and the ratio is 10 is to 19. So that means now present ratio is 10 is to 19, which, no, not 10 is to 19, 10 is to 9. Right. So current ratio is 10 is to 9 and Kiran's age is 20. So 20 is to x. Let Arun's age be x. Okay. So 10 is to 9 is equal to 20 is to x. Right. Multiply the extremes and multiply the means. So 10x is equal to 9 into 20. Oh, this is the easier way to solve. X is equal to 9 into 20 divided by 10. Right? So x is equal to 18. Yeah, this is the easier way to solve. Okay, use this method. Okay. You can go through the problem again. Ratio of Kiran's age and Arun's age is 10 is to 9. Kiran will be 26 after 6 years. That means present age of Kiran will be 20. Present age of Arun is asked. Okay. So present age ratio is 10 is to 9. Present age of Kiran is 20. So what is 9? So when you cross multiply, it becomes 18. Okay. Now let's solve the next problem. If the mixture of 35 liters, okay, the mixture is 35 liters, the ratio of milk and water is 6 is to 1. If 2 liters of milk and 3 liters of water are added to the mixture, what is the new ratio of milk and water? Okay, so let's solve this. The mixture is 35 liters. Okay, so let's find out first there is how much liter of milk and how much liter of water. So ratio of milk and water is equal to 6 is to 1, which is given. Total quantity is 35 liters. So I'll just write down total quantity of mixture is equal to 35 liters. So quantity of milk will be, that means quantity of milk will be 35 into 6 by 7, right? And quantity of water will be 35 into 1 by 7. Correct? So 35 into 6 by 7, how much it comes to? It will come to 30 liters. This is 5 liters. Now there's 30 liters of milk and 5 liters of water. Okay, if 2 liters of milk and 3 liters of water is added to the mixture, what is the new ratio of milk and water? Okay, now there is 30 liters of milk and 5 liters of water. If 2 liters of milk is added, that means 30 liter plus 2 liter is added, and 3 liters of water is added, that means plus 3 liters of water, it will make 32 liters of milk and 8 liters of water. So new ratio will be 32 is to 8, right, which is 4 is to 1. So 4 is to 1 will be my new ratio. Correct? Okay, but how you will write in the exam? Okay, if 2 liters of milk is added, if 2 liters of milk is added, total quantity of milk in the mixture will become 30 liter plus 2, 30 plus 2, which is 32 liter. Liters, right? And if 3 liters of water is added, total quantity of water in the mixture will be 5 plus 3, which is 8 liters. Right? Therefore, new ratio is equal to 32 is to 8. Okay? So, therefore, new ratio is 32 is to 8 or 4 is to 1. So 4 is to 1 is the new ratio. Okay, this was a very simple question. Let's see the next question. Okay, find the mean proportional to 7 is to 28. This is also question of continued proportion. Okay, so mean proportional to 7 is to 28, that means like in a ratio, when I say A is to B is equal to B is to C, okay, now in continued proportion, A is to B is equal to B is to C, correct? When I say A is to B is equal to B is to C, B is the mean proportion and C is the third proportion. Okay, So I'll write here, when A is to B is equal to B is to C, then B is mean proportion and C is the third proportion. Okay, and in this question mean proportion is asked, so that means you have to find out B, and A and C is given. This is A and this is C. Okay, so when A is to B is equal to B is to C, in this what happens, B square is equal to AC, right? So here you are supposed to find out B, correct? So B square you know, which is 7 into 28, right? So B square is equal to 7 into 28, because 7 is A and 28 is C. 7 into 28 is 7 into 28 is equal to 196. So B square is equal to 196. B you take square, you take it other side, it becomes square root. So 196 square root. Okay, let's find 196 square root. It is 14. So square root of 196 is 14. So B is equal to 14. Okay. So find the mean proportional to 7 is to 28. That means B is not given, AC is given. Okay. Let's see the next question. Two numbers whose difference is 176 are in the ratio of 5 is to 16. Find the numbers. Okay, this kind of problem we have already solved. Let the two numbers be 5x and 16x, and 16x minus 5x is 176. Right? So two numbers whose difference is 176 are in the ratio 5 is to 16. Find the numbers. Okay. Let the two numbers be 5x and 16x. Correct? And 16x minus 5x is equal to 176. 16 minus 5 is 11x. 11x is equal to 176. So x is equal to 176 divided by 11. 176 divided by 11, it comes to 16, which is 16. So x is equal to 16. Okay, therefore two numbers therefore the two numbers are 5x. 5x means 5x, that is 5 into 16, which is 80. 80, right? And 16x, that is 16 into 16, which is 256. So the numbers are 80 and 256. Okay, there's one more way to solve. Okay, I'll just tell you the way. You don't need to remember that way. Okay, you can do this way only. Please learn only one way and don't confuse yourself. But I would like to tell you the other way also. Okay, so the other way, but I want you all to follow this way because this is the easier way, right? And we have been solving using this way, so please solve this way only. Okay, so because the difference is 176 between two numbers, so I can also assume, let the two numbers be x and x minus 176 or x plus 176. Okay, so this is the smaller number and this is the bigger number, right? I can also assume x and x plus 176. In that case, this will be the bigger number and this will be the smaller number. Sorry, this will be the smaller number and this will be the bigger number. Okay, so if the first number is x, the second number will be x plus 176 because the difference is 176 between the two numbers and the ratio is 5:16, right? So x is to x plus 176 is in the ratio of 5:16, is in the ratio of 5:16. So when I have this, I can find the value of x and I can find the value of x plus 176, right? So 16x is equal to 5 into x plus 176. So 5 into x is 5x plus 176 into 5. Into 5, it comes to 880, and this is 16x. Okay, so 16x minus 5x is equal to 880, which is 11x is equal to 880. X is equal to 880 divided by 11, which is 80. So x is equal to 80. So first number is 80. So let the two numbers be x and x plus 176. So first number is 80 and second number would be x plus 176. Okay, so first number is x, which is 80, and second number is x plus 176, which is 80 plus 176. 80 plus 176 is 256. So the number is 80 and 256. This is another way of solving. Okay. Now if you assume two numbers to be, or if you assume two numbers to be x and x minus 176, then in that case this is the smaller number and this is the bigger number, right? So x minus 176 is to x is equal to 5:16. So this will be the equation in that case. Okay, we'll solve this way also. Okay, so x minus 176 is the small number and x will be the bigger number. So x minus 176 is 5 and x is 16. Okay, so that's why I am writing x minus 176 first. So x minus 176 is to 5 is equal to 5:16. Okay, and yeah, now again 16 into x minus 176 is equal to 5x. So 16x minus 176 into 16. 176 into 16 is 2816 is equal to 5x. So 16x minus 5x is equal to 2816. So 11x is equal to 2816. X is equal to 2816 divided by 11. So x is equal to, this comes to 256, the second number, the bigger number, because now in my this assumption x is my bigger number, so x is 256, right? The smaller number will be x minus 176. So x is equal to 256 and x minus 176 will be 256 minus 176, which is 80. So one number is 80, other number is 256. Okay. So yeah, you stick to one method. Well, stick to this method. Okay. I was just showing the other ways of solving the problem. You don't need to learn it. It's very easy to understand. Yeah, but don't confuse yourself. Okay. Just do one method in whichever method you are comfortable. Okay. Now let's see the next question. Verify whether 2, 4, 8 are in continued proportion. So we have to verify whether these are in continued proportion. In continued proportion, what happens? If A, B, C are in continued proportion, then A is to B is equal to B is to C. Right? So I'll just write here in continued proportion. In continued proportion, A is to B is equal to B is to C, right? Yeah. So that means A into C is equal to B square. In continued proportion, A into C is equal to B square, right? Now this case, 2 is A, 4 is B and 8 is C. Let's see whether this matches. If it matches, then it is continued proportion. Okay. So AC, that means 2 into 8 is equal to 4 square. If this is same, then it is in continued proportion. So A into 2 into 8 is 16 and 4 square is also 16. 4 into 4 is also 16. So 16 is equal to 16. Therefore, 2, 4, 8 are in continued proportion. Okay. It's very simple, right? Let's see the last sum for the day. A person can do work in 4 days. Another person can do same work in 3 days. If both of them work, in how many days would they complete the work? Okay. So, yeah. So, one person can do the work in 4 days. Other person can do the work in 3 days. That means this person, the first person, does in 1 day, he does 1/4 of the work. Second person completes in 3 days. That means in 1 day, this person does 1/3 of the work. Right? So in 1 day, first person does 1/4 of the work. In 1 day, second person does 1/3 of the work. If both of them will work together, they will finish in 1 day. They will finish 1/4 of the work plus 1/3 of the work. Correct? So 1/4 plus 1/3. How much is 1/4 plus 1/3? Let's see that. So make the denominator same. So 1/4 plus 1/3, 3 plus 4 divided by 4 into 3 comes to 12. So that means 7 by 12. So they can do 7 by 12 of the work. So in one day they will complete 7 by 12 of the work. Okay. Now I can say like that. It takes one day, it takes 7 by 12 of the work. Okay. To complete 12 by 12 of the work, how much time it will take? So is this the right equation? So 1 into 12 by 12 divide by 7 by 12. So that is 1 into 12 by 12 multiplied by 12 by 7. Okay. So which is 12 by 7, and 12 by 7 is 12 divided by 7 is 1.71428. So I'll say 1.72, no, 1.71, which is 1.71 days. So it will take 1.71 days to complete the work. Okay. So I'll repeat again. Okay. A person can do work in 4 days. So that means in one day it can complete 1/4 of the work. It takes 4 days, no? So 25% in one day, 25% in second day, 25% in third day, and 25% in fourth day. And this way the first person can complete the work. Okay. So that means 1/4 of the work is done in one day. Okay. Now another person can do same work in 3 days. That means this person does 33.33% of the work in first day. So 1/3 of the work is done in the first day. So first person can do 1/4 of the work in one day, and second person can do 1/3 of the work in one day. Okay. So both of them work together. How much work they can complete? First person will complete 1/4 of the work. Second person will complete 1/3 of the work. You add them together, it comes to 7 by 12. So both can do 7 by 12 of the work. Okay. So it takes one day to do 7 by 12 of the work. How much time it will take to do full work? How much days it will take? Full work is 12 by 12, and 7 by 12 can be done in one day. Right? 7 by 12 of the work can be done in one day. So 12 by 12 is the full work, that is 1. 12, how much time it will take? So cross multiply. So 1 into 12 by 12, 1 into 12 by 12 divide by 7 by 12. Right? So 1 into 12 by 12 divided by 7 by 12. 1 into 12 by 12 is 1 only. Divide by 7 by 12. When you multiply, 7 by 12 becomes 12 by 7. Correct? So 1 into 12 by 12 multiplied by 12 by 7. So 12 by 7, when you calculate, it comes to 1.71 days. So it will take 1.71 days to complete the work. Okay. These kind of problems we'll be solving more. Okay. This is just the first problem. So how you will write in the exam? So okay, I'll write like this. Okay, this is my answer. It takes 4 days for first person to complete the work. That means in one day first person can complete 1/4 of the work. 1/4 of the work. Now similarly, it takes 3 days for second person to complete the work. That means in one day second person can complete 1/3 of the work. If both work together, in one day, they will finish 1/4 plus 1/3 of work. Correct? Now 1/4 plus 1/3 is equal to 3 plus 4 divided by 12, which is 7/12. Therefore, the number of days required for the completion of the work. Therefore, the number of days required for the completion of the work is equal to the cross multiplication. If it takes 1 day to complete 7/12 of the work, how many days it will take to complete 12/12 of the work? So 1 into 12/12 divide by 7/12. 12/12 is 1 only. Okay. So 1 into 1 is 1. Right. So numerator is 1. Divide by 7/12. So that means 1 divided by 7 by 12 can be written as 1 multiplied by 12 by 7. So 12 by 7 is equal to 12 by 7 is equal to, we have calculated, it comes to 1.71 days. So answer is 1.71 days. It will take 1.71 days if both work together. So the number of days required to complete the work is equal to 1.71 days. Okay, that's it for today, students. We'll be solving few more problems in the next class. Okay, thank you so much.